So I posted videos with my daughter's voice in them. Look, there are people out there that love children sexually, and they love children's voices sexually, and it's unacceptable. Did I feed the fuel of the fire of evil? I remember one documentary had a character that was guilty of pedophilia. He was a sex criminal. And you know what? I'm a sex criminal. One time I mooned somebody inside a church, my butt against the window. I exposed myself, possibly to children. On top of that, once, and I've shared this with Adam Lord, poor guy, he's my confessional, but I pulled my balls out in public against the wishes of the girl that I was with. And look, I did it. I didn't care. I didn't feel bad. I throw water. I am not a paragon of virtue, but is it that bad? And that's what I want to get at here. Sex crime sounds like terrible violent crime, like a disaster. But it can amount to mooning someone, which is an unpleasant experience. I've had it happen to me, except instead of moon, it was the sunshine. While in prison, I explained my ideology to a group of men, about 30 men hanging around in the pod, and a couple of guys in the back would just show me their junk. And it would interrupt my train of thought. I'd say, "Goo!" And then they'd make fun of whatever I said. And they loved it. Because sex crime is fun crime. It's wonder crime. It's exa crime. It's not good. Ideally, we'd live in a world where crime is truly bad and it's not fun at all. And goodness is truly good and it's always fun. But instead, we live in a world where somebody injecting heroin, selling it to somebody else, could be medicating them during a self-medication process through which you enjoy drugs in order to get away from your life. Sometimes that level of nihilistic escapism is legitimate and human and normal. So anyway, back to this documentary. I don't remember the guy's name that was doing the documentary. He was French, I believe, and he's done several documentaries about America, one of which exposed the evils of gambling, which I've just recently come into terms with because it's so evil, but it is so easy to ignore. But that's what I'm saying. In this documentary, there was a guy that was guilty. He was not just a sex criminal, but he actually had pedophilia, where it was like that was his sexual appetite. I don't understand it. I don't see anything sexy about tiny little babies or girls up to, I don't know, legal or more legal. All right, mature. Pick your fancy. I think there's plenty of sex out there without having to be a sex criminal. You do not have to moon people. And you do not have to get a girl the second she's past menstruation era. You don't need that. You can, just as an adult, recognize that sometimes early sex is not good sex. But this guy's got a picture of a girl on his wall. And the guy's like, "They let you have that?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, it's nothing." And the girl in the picture was not nothing. It was a scary picture if you think of this guy masturbating to a picture of a young child is in some way evil. And if you did, I agree on some level. Like, I think the Catholic Church is unforgivably evil. Not just because they have nuns on allowances and it's anti-feminist to have that policy on abortion that is ridiculously anti-human rights and a terrible, misinformed, foolish way of dealing with population control. Under the Catholic Church, there would be no such thing as Planned Parenthood. And I'm not even talking about the organization, but even just actual planning as a human being about the most important thing that you can do. And that was denied to me. More than anything in my life, I wish I had had Planned Parenthood. Not just for me, but also for my child. Do I plan on preventing people from hearing her voice as it is recorded, regardless of her age? No. And if there is somebody out there that is getting sexual gratification out of that voice, I find that distasteful and I don't care. It is evil insofar as that person interacts with others and does any kind of violence or approaches people with problems. And you know what? That mindset will lead you towards doing that. But I'm not part of a cabal that's selling this. The comment that I got saying girls online, I deleted, and I will delete in the future if people do that to my daughter's voice or any girl's voice, adult or not adult. I want comments from friends. I have 8 subscribers. I don't have aspirations. I do for my number system, not for me and my family and much of my future. I'm doing my best. But sometimes your best includes putting the young ones up front and saying, for goodness sake, this impacts children and adults. This is important. If I had gotten the opportunity to share my daughter saying the N-word as like an early word, maybe not her first, but her second and her third, if I had trained her to say the N-word, and I found out that there was a pedophile and he was absolutely unconscionably masturbating to the images of me having her say that word, I still think we'd be better off on the whole, all things considered, to have that word less taboo and to have the concept of children being exposed to it exposed itself as not as threatening a reality as it is a concept in today's twisted, archaic, utterly blind society and culture. I'm trying to guide our culture towards a better world where 12 is 27, because 3 to the 3rd is a beginning to an equation that makes sense. 3 to the 3rd is 27 in decimal. In Hanimal, it's 12. That's a more logical world. And it comes with baggage, a lot of baggage. Sometimes, because I am a Jacobite, I call Hanimal Pujamal, because I get high by huffing feces that has been marinated in the sun's cleansing rays and fermented so that the breath of that feces, when snorted in from a bag of poop, will get you closer to the universe than you can imagine. And we can maintain that forever. All the joy that comes in poo being that good, that nirvana-esque, we can have that forever with everything. Let's make this world better. I know a couple of ways how. Are you with me? You watch this for 10 minutes. Are you with me? Like the video, comment, and share it low key. We're not trying to blow up, but we could use a few more eyeballs. I don't know. That's my goal. That's what I want. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Goodbye.